So a couple topics need to be addressed in terms of expectations from the past. My guru was an individual in the world, and he had many individual circumstances. It's just nobody exists like him anymore. But there were bits and pieces that continued on that he did this on purpose. He knew he was impermanent, and other things were more durable. And even though they are also impermanent and would shift around. So when you need see, he was protecting people that were doing bad things, and they got very mistaken ideas about what was happening in their relationship, and thought that this relationship, there's impartiality, for example, and he must be impartial, and all these people must be impartial. That's true. But when you come in there and say that I've done very bad things, I can't confess to all of them, I can't tell you all of them, or I'd have to kill you, but they're just very bad, and it's just an expensive amount of money, and what's your most extreme thing that you could do for mitigating the worst things you can think of, you have to bring enough for the whole class. And something like that, it's going to be you and however many others they can do with whatever you brought. They're going to bring in everybody on that. They break it into percentages. They have different rules about it and different abbeys and things like that. Different monasteries have different rules in which they decide, how much. Okay, so a monk is only allowed to have specific things, but there is no limit on what they can pay for instruction. There's a limit to what people can take for instruction. So say that, and they have to pay their gurus, all of that, and they all get to do different things. A percentage of what you give them goes to whatever that ritual is you're trying to describe without giving them a lot of details. And they're going to do it for you and all similar sentient beings. For however much is the percentage that they can do. And because you walk through their door, it's going to have the special flavor that they paid their root guru, they paid their root school, they paid their current accommodation school, that they now have the money to fund, to matching funds. Somebody else came through the door, they want a ritual of some kind. And you're on that list too. Somebody comes behind and they go, remember that guy who came in here and said he'd done a lot of bad things? This other guy's saying he did a lot of bad things too. We learned these skills in order to cater to that guy, and now this guy is here with this kind of money, and I can give it to these guys, they could develop this guy can now have a novice, this guy can now teach this class, these other people over here could do that. So that's what happens to the money. It doesn't go out the door.